This video feels like a very deep and vulnerable sharing. And I felt so deeply touched because I just found out that Mikayla Raines, who rescues foxes, just took her own life, and she is one of those beautiful, sensitive, highly sensitive beings. And of course I recognize myself in her, and I know many of my audience resonate with the highly sensitivity, either in the autism spectrum or neurodivergence in any way. It doesn't really matter, the label, but I talk about we in a sense of we have a particular way of experiencing life. And I just first of all want to acknowledge the life of Mikayla, and it's so incredibly sad that it came so far for her that she needed to take her own life. And this video here that I'm making is actually to prevent people like us to not come to this point where it is all too much to carry and that we just don't see any way out. So I want to take her in my heart. Mikayla, I bless your soul, and may you be in peace, and may your soul rest in peace. And I'm sending you so much light and forgiveness, and releasing you from any guilt or shame that you have maybe carried, or any negativity, so that this can be just released from your system, and that you may go just in really clean, pure connection with God and with light. I wish this for you, beautiful soul. And thank you also for bringing your light into this world, because you did with all this amazing, beautiful work that you put into to bring so much healing to this planet, especially for the animals that you took care of. And of course you are this sensitive beings. They love animals. They are huge animal fans. And so, of course, she couldn't help herself to put all of her in that. Yeah, I just want to acknowledge her. Have a moment here to close our eyes and be in that silence for a moment together, without any words. Yeah, and I can really feel in my heart the grief, the heaviness in a way, that she needed to carry. And I believe that all of us highly sensitive beings have this kind of underneath current of grief all the time. But to live with that and also bring joy at the same time. Because grief is not need to be heavy. It actually becomes a huge gift. And I feel so motivated right now to speak. In the next videos I will be making more about these things. And I'm just gonna share a few things, and I wrote it down because with my neurodivergent brain sometimes I get so scattered and I'm so all over the place, so I need to kind of have something that of a few points that I don't want to forget to share with you all. So we don't need to get to this point where it gets all too much. And so, first of all, I want to tell you my personal story, how I kind of needed to and was forced to, in a way, to switch completely my life. And this was the moment where I was really feeling very low, very depressed. I didn't know what to do with my life. My daughter was 4 years old and I was lying in bed most of the days. I didn't even had the energy to take care of her. It was terrible. And I knew that I didn't want to live a life like that. And so it's also very common, right, for high sensitive beings to get really quickly burned out. So I was completely burned out. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. And suddenly I had this really strong, intuitive voice inside of me that said, okay, Dewi, you need to go to nature and start a new life. So I did. I completely changed my environment. I went from Belgium to Greece, Belgium in the city to Greece in nature, living a very slow life, very attuned with nature, with my body, listening more deeply, taking everything step by step, and really accepting that I am not able to do the life that maybe most of people do, working every day, doing the 9-to-5 job, all these kind of things. No, I couldn't. It wasn't for me. I needed to create my own life, my own environment that was supportive for my being, that is very delicate, that really needs a specific kind of care. And so I couldn't do too much because my system was already saying no. So a lot of us high sensitive being goes very quickly and override our own body senses. And this is where it goes wrong. It becomes even more worse. And I believe that we don't even need medication and all this, but I'm just talking about my personal experience. So I don't know if this is for everybody, of course. But I deeply believe that that is not needed, that what is needed is really a complete change of environment, of the way that we approach life moment by moment, how connected we are, connected to God, connected to the light, to connected to stillness and creating a lot of stillness in our lives. These are such important things to take in consideration. Diet, I changed also a lot, but I'm still kind of like need to be flexible, cannot be in one certain way, have to listen to my body. And for those that really want to go deep and want to transform their life completely and don't want to struggle in this way anymore and feel like it's all too much, you can book a session with me. I have put a link in the description below. So don't wait for this. Please don't wait for this. So I need to narrow it down. I try to make it short here. I'm going to go to my points. So I already made a little bit of a, I already told a few things already. So, okay. The first one, environment is medicine, nature, quiet, gentle light, low stimulation spaces. You need to be where your nervous system can breathe. Breath is one of the really important things. Taking it slow, breathing. Number 2, nourishment, diet, food, basically. So our sensitive bodies, when we are really in tune with our body, and this is also what we can learn, if we start to listen more, we start to automatically feel we need more clean food that is coming from nature. Too much sugar, no good for us sensitive beings. Not too much sugar. A little bit, it's okay. But keep it low. I have every day a little piece of chocolate, 85%. Not every day, but almost every day. And I eat fruits, but very little, not too much. I eat sometimes honey, dates, figs, and that's about it from sugars. I don't eat cookies and all this kind of candies. I don't. Okay, number 3. And of course I can go on and on with these points, but I will do that in separate videos. So subscribe if you really want to keep in tune with my passion for really helping these beautiful beings, because they bring so much light into this world. You bring so much light into this world, and I really want to support you. Okay, so boundaries. 3, boundaries. Say no. Learn to say no more often. It's so important, and I know it's so difficult sometimes because we are so empathic. We want to just include everyone and everything, and we have love for everyone. Well, at some point discernment is needed. So this is actually also a point. Boundaries, discernment. Very important. Okay? Number 4. Create a sacred space every day. I, for example, every morning, I sit in silence. I connect with my divine team, whoever that for you is. Connection with your soul, connection with God, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't need to be religious. You can feel a deeper connection with life. Connect with that. Feel that. Take that in deeper before you start your day. Look into the natural light, into the sky. Take in that new light of the day. And then in the evening, I also do that. So I create these 2 sacred spaces, moments every day, 2 times at least. And if I need more, I will do more as well. Okay, so number 5. Don't override your body's truth. Oh my God, this is such an important one. I mean, they are all important, but this one, we are so easily to override. And that's because we don't have our own boundaries set. We don't know exactly what is right for us. This is also tuning in. What is it that we really need? What is it that we really, truly need for this body to function well? For this soul to thrive here on earth? Do we need more things to do? Do we need to do more? Do we need to do less? And listen to that voice and say, okay, no, I cannot do this. I cannot. And I needed to learn. You cannot imagine how many times that I have heard, nope, cannot do this. Nope, cannot do this. And this was every time when I felt like, oh, yeah, I need to create something. Even what it was just this innocent, seemed like to me an innocent, beautiful way of creating something. And it was just like, nope, not the time. Nope. No? Okay. Well, and sometimes you become so bare naked that you are like, am I not going to be able to do anything? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it comes to that point where you just cannot do anything. And this is not because your body became sick and you are forced to do, because then it's already, most of the time, too late. You are already kind of override. That's how the body kind of warns. Yeah, you become sick. So before you become sick, we can already say no, or already feel. Maybe we don't want to, but this needs refinement, and this needs acceptance, because it's not always easy, because we want to do so many things all the time, and sometimes we just, no, okay. And do we accept? Do we say, okay, all right, this is truth for me now, and this is what I need to follow. All right, so number 6. Yeah. Find people, connections around you that are supportive, that are kind of attuned even with your sensitivity. Of course, they don't know if you do not speak about it, but it is important to speak to your family, to your friends, about that you operate a little bit differently. and that you live a life that is a bit different, and that you need certain things, and that you can be honest about this to the people and truthful. And if they do not, or they go judge you or do not understand, well, they don't have to understand everything, but they at least need to be there for you to support you in your choices. Okay, I trust you. You are going to do this. I support you in that. This is what we need to feel with people that we are in close connection with. And also be discerning with whom you take into your life. And this is another video I will do in another video, but this is so important. Number 7 is the last one for now. Let grief and joy live together. I wrote something underneath it. You don't need to be better. You just need space to feel and to keep choosing life gently, one breath of a time. And let this coexist. It's okay, because we feel a lot. We feel deeply. The things that are happening in this world, it just sometimes it's just like, oh, I had this moment this week. I was watching this amazingly beautiful sunset. I will show it. So beautiful. I was filled with so much joy, and at the same time knowing not far from here that millions are suffering, children are dying, many people are getting extinguished here in Gaza, and it's terrible. It breaks my heart. I feel the collective grief. I feel the grief inside of me, and the things that I have also suffered in my life. But it's not something that takes over. I hold it with love, with gentleness. Okay, so I wanted to share this with all of you from all of my heart, and I want to say these words, and I've written them down. I'm going to read them to you, and maybe you just want to have a moment to close your eyes and take a deep breath and just feel inside your heart right now. To those of you who feel like the world is too much, you are not too much. You are just wired for something softer, truer, and slower. You are the ones this world needs most, but often sees the least. Please don't give up. There's another way to live, a gentler way. And I really hope that this video reminds you of that. This life